Hi, I'm Kathy. Welcome. I wasn't really planning on making a video today, but for some reason I kind of just felt led to. You know, it started this morning when I got up and was getting ready for work. I always, go through Facebook and see what's happening. I don't have the news. I don't have cable television or satellite TV. I turned all that off probably 8 years ago. And so the only source of, media I get is through the algorithms, right? Through YouTube, through Facebook and Instagram and all those things, and through my friends. Same thing with weather. So, I'm addicted to that dopamine hit, those Facebook reels. You got to watch, 10 or 15 of them, and then it turns into 30 to 45 of them. It's really easy to get caught up in that. And what I've been getting caught up in the last few days is that storm, Helene, and all those people who've been impacted by it. And it's just, oh my gosh, it's so heart-wrenching. And it got me thinking, I don't know what happens as we get older. Maybe we become more sensitive to that kind of stuff, and it just weighs heavier on our heart. Maybe we are becoming more empathetic. Maybe we're true empaths. I know I've always had a heart for animals. My kitty cats, I've always had a heart for rescuing those. And I don't know, as I get older, I start feeling sorry for the dogs, and I start feeling bad for the raccoons and the possums and the armadillos and the spiders. And I think I've come to realize that everything with life was here for a purpose and for a reason. And we should respect life no matter what. And so in the heart of all this the tragedies that are just happening with Helene, the positive that comes out of it is the love, the coming together, the respect for life, the community that draws together and helps each other out, especially when you can't really depend on our government to do that. So the community. So in the mornings I find myself with a sad, heavy heart, but at the same moment I feel so honored to witness and see all those people coming together in a time of division and being there for their neighbor, being there as a country. What we're really, about is this United States. And so that's really nice to see. And then the heavy heart comes back, because then you see Milton barreling through Florida. And I was watching the United Cajun Navy as I was coming home. And one of their rescue teams was driving down Highway 95, and a tornado had, just in that instant, had flipped over a semi-truck, maybe two. And the sense, again, of community coming together. The people on the highway stopped. The very first car was the United Cajun Navy team. Team 2, I guess is what it was. And then the cars behind them trying to help that trucker. I couldn't watch a lot of it. Again, I just have such a sad heart, just a sad, heavy heart today. So I'm thankful that people are not arguing and fighting, in such drastic times of need. But again, I don't know. Do we become more sensitive as we get older? I'm 50 plus years old. I'm 56 years old. And I guess we just, we start caring more. Maybe it's mortality back in the back of our mind that sets in and knows that life is short and that we need to make the most of it. one of my kitty cats, he was real sick, and he walked out the back door the other night. I knew he was sick. I wanted to take him to the vet. He was not staying inside. He's not an indoor cat. He was not having it. And then I had a little chat with him before I let him out because he was highly agitated. He did not want to be inside. And so I had a little talk with him and I let him out, and I hadn't seen him since. I knew he was going out into the woods to die. And so when I came home tonight, I found him. He was laying over with the rest of my kitty cats that had passed before him. I was going to bury him over here in another spot where I have all this hummingbird vine and where all the cats like to, hang out and try to terrorize the birds. I thought that would be a good spot for him, but I think he said, no, that's not where I want to be. So he picked his resting place over there with the others. And so, again, with a heavy heart, I laid him to rest tonight. But it makes me wonder about, I heard something about, there's always been that thing that when you die, you see your life pass before your eyes. And I don't know if that's a myth or, what's up with that. But then I also saw something where there's brain activity in the human brain for 7 minutes after they pass away. And that brain activity is them reliving or seeing the best of their life. And so tonight, my hope for Wu is that as he laid himself down this afternoon to rest, when he took his last breath, I do hope that his last 7 minutes in his body, as his spirit was rising, that it was all the wonderful memories that we shared here on the homestead. He was a rescue kitty that was supposed to go during Hurricane Sally. He was a foster. He was one of those feral cats that I had socialized, and he missed the bus to Atlanta, and he ended up staying here with me along with his 3 siblings. And so he's lived a good life out here in the woods, doing what he wanted to do with no restraint. And so I hope that, again, his last 7 minutes as his body was, resting and his spirit was lifting, that he looked back and saw the wonderful memories that I see. So with a heavy heart and a grateful heart, a heavy, grateful heart, I just thank God for his presence and pray that the people who have been impacted by Helene will find peace and strength as they rebuild their communities and as they rebuild their lives. And I pray for peace for the people in the path of Milton right now too, that they'll have peace as they get to the next phase, which will be recovery for their community. And that they'll be able to have that experience of love that comes together in diversity and brings us all together. And I hope we all remember that as we go to the polls in November, is that there's not a need for division. We can do this all together. And I think sometimes these disasters are put here for us to take a moment and to reflect on that and remember that and to remember what's important. It's not about fighting. It's not about being a winner or being a loser and then taking it out on others when you are a sore loser. We need to respect democracy and respect the majority come November. And no matter what, come together and build our country to be bigger and better and stronger and more loving than it has been the last several years, for sure. And if by chance that doesn't happen, well, I'll be out here in the woods. I'll be out here in the woods with my kitty cats, living life and manifesting a loving, peaceful life. So I hope y'all have a good week. Pray for your neighbors. Pray for our country. Peace.